And there we go, we fixed it. Nice. Alright, so we're back. We are back on the stream. Yes. So okay, the stream is back up, guys. Hopefully a lot of people didn't leave. So we missed a lot of turns, so it's okay. Scrappy Power start early so we can catch up. Looks like Scrappy Power is having a little bit of advantage, as we've seen. We'll be catching up. Let's go to the last turn to get to the last turn. It looks like Scrappy Power pretty much won, because pretty much Talonflame is destructive in OU if you get in the right hands. Decided to switch out the Gardevoir, but it doesn't matter. Brave Bird is just too strong. We missed most of the battle, which I wish we shouldn't have. But I'm glad it's not lag anymore. Goku won his battle. We didn't get a chance to watch the but that's fine, that's fine. But GG, good game. So now, since Scrappy Power moves up in the tournament, nice. Don't start your battle yet, Scrappy Power. Next battle we're going to be watching is Superman 70 versus WET101. So could we please, one of you actually message me so we can actually watch the battle? Or let me join back the tournament room actually so they can guys message. I hope it doesn't cause any more lag.
Plants may have their limits.
I remember how back in the early in X and Y, we all thought Talonflame was gonna be the most literally broken thing. We didn't think Talonflame was gonna be this broken. Superman 70, can you send me a message, or DougieT101? Oh, I gotta link them back to the stream. Copy. Hopefully not a lot of people started way too early. That would be kind of sad, because the whole point is to have people like watch the stream. Wait. Oops, that's the wrong link. Oops. Hold on. There we go. Is Dougie and them online? Alphamouth 1. So Alphamouth is the move up, which we could have solved the battle. I'm gonna say it again, no one starts the stream early. I should have made it clearer. Yes. Okay, Dougie, you can start your battle now. Oh, DougieT101, I said it wrong. And who said who won? I gotta make sure I keep Optimus won his match. So hopefully he doesn't like try to fight no one else. We go back to Stronghold. Awesome Mouse 1. Submit. Oh, I need to check the replay. But yeah, DougieT101, just start the match now. We're all ready. Also, I forgot to mention, if your opponent is inactive, please let me know. That's very important. With the faster you let me know your opponent is inactive, then the faster you can lose the tournament. I forgot to say that at the beginning. That's very important. So it looks like he 2-0 him. Two. 2-0. I don't know if he got a 4-0, so hopefully I didn't make a mistake. Please let me know in the Twitch. Making sure. Let's see if they start the match. So thank you for telling me the score.
At DeVry University,
alright, the battle about to start.
Any health science.
Hope we didn't miss too much. And of course we missed too much. So anyways, let's go to the last turn.
And dreams. Who want more than just a job.
Alright, so on the 5th turn, so it looks like we have the guard shop with the modem watch. He took out Mega Charge on Y, and Dougie lost his own guard chomp. So Dougie T101 has a lot of good threats. He has the Talent Flame, the Scissor, the Conkeldurr, and the Clefable can someone be a threat. Superior, Weavile, Keldeo decided to go for the Crunch as Superman gets burned by the Will-O-Wisp, which easily is going to ruin this guard chomp set. So the question is, what will Superman 70 will do? What will be his next best switching? Decided to go for the Dragon Rush. As Dougie decided to go for the Hydro Pump, which is pretty much a dead Garchomp. Garchomp really can't do anything after this. I actually want to see a lot of like unique sets in OU. That's what I'm hoping to see. I couldn't see the Mega Rope. Decided to go for the high good switch and the switch on the Superior, revealing that he is leftover Superior. So right now he goes for the Leaf Storm, gets the plus boost on the Talonflame switch. So the question is, what will Superman 70 will switch out into? Because a lot of his switching doesn't really appreciate Brave Birds a lot. So it depends. We'll see. He decided to go out into the Garchomp pretty much as Death Fodder. Gets the crit, which doesn't really matter. Takes the Rough Skin and Rocky Head damage. Puts him in 40% range, which means Talonflame isn't going to last that long. So right now, Dougie has complete full advantage. As he decided to go out to the Weavile, which is kind of interesting that he actually did went out to the Weavile. I actually kind of want to see what he's going to do. So, are we going to see, the question is, what kind of Weavile is this? Is this going to be the standard Light Force set or the Focus set? We don't know. I really, my goal in this tournament, I want to see someone actually pull a comeback. That would be. As he goes for, so he does reveal the fake out, which is actually really good play that he actually went for the fake out because he goes for the Flare Blitz, reveals that he's not the slash set, which kind of wish he could have kept Revive though, but who knows? He may get a comeback. Still depends on his switches. He decided to go out to Superior and he goes out to Conkeldurr, which Conkeldurr is a really scary mon to deal with in general. Like, I always thought that Conkeldurr was not a really good mon at first, but after start using it, he reveals the Poison Jab, which gets a crit. I think it may matter because he may be a bulky set of Superior, depending on what set he is. He could be Iron Fist, but who knows? So really all it comes down to Talonflame. Are we going to see a Talonflame do some work on maybe half the team? It's possible. He decides to switch out for Fable. Goes for the Baton, which that's kind of that's kind of a weird thing to see. So the question is, what will Superman do now? But the question is, what kind of Kofable we're doing? He decided to go for the Flare Blitz. He's just gonna kamikaze, and the Kofable goes for the T-Wave, and I think that actually may cost him the match. Cause we don't know yet because he still has the Keldeo in the back, and Keldeo could be a clutch. But it all depends on what Superman does. Superman does have a slim chance. Decided to switch out into Rotom, which that was a very smart switch in because he doesn't take the full damage. He's resistant against flying. And pretty much I guess we could say this game is done. This game is pretty done. Yeah, that's definitely GG. He can go out to pretty much do anything he wants at this point. So Superman is gonna lose his game, which kind of sad to see someone lose early on. Decided to go for the Drain Punch. I just forgot when he clicked. Alright, let's go back to Showdown. He goes for the Focus Blast, which I never really think that people will run Focus Blast, but it doesn't really matter because Conkeldeo can just easily spam Drain Punch. Even if he does kill the Conkeldeo, he still has to be worried about the Rotom and the Scizor. The Scizor will pretty much play cleanup at this point, so that is pretty much game. Superman tried, but Dougie pretty much won. He reveals that he runs the Mega Scizor, gets the critical hits, and he goes for the superpower. Good game to Dougie T 101. Sorry to see you lose this first round, Superman. I hope to see you another time. So, the next match for the next WT proceed with the 3-0. So, the next match. Oh, I didn't select the winner. I didn't do that. Oops. There we go. So next up, we have Starcross versus Hoods. If I said that correctly. Message me if you guys are ready to start your battle. Starcross versus Hoods. There we go. Starcross messaged me. Alright, you can start your match with Hoods. Let's message him. Second round. Did they start the match? Starcross, you start your match yet? Okay, they're both here. Good. I'm making sure. I want to make sure everyone's here. Hopefully, no one leaves though. SL. Hood, Starcross can't find you. I'm gonna type his name in the Twitch chat. Hold on. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, just leave that. I think I'm probably because I'm going delay. That's probably why. So, sorry if it was delayed. I'm going like, okay, the battle started. I need to... Alright, so we have a lot of interesting mods. Hello? He brought Chandelure, he brought Milota, he brought Metaswine, he brought the Altaria, as well as we have not seen Swamper yet. This is very interesting teams. He leads off with the Skarmy as he leads off with the Weavile, which is pretty some of the favorite matchup. So we already know that Starcrust is going to be the defensive. What the Weavile missed the actual crash was kind of matters a little bit because it will break the sturdy. But this gives him the opportunity to get up rocks. It doesn't look like Bruce doesn't really have a Rabbitspin on his team, so we'll see. He still may come through. But my question is this Mega Swampert? That's my question. Decided to go for the Whirlwind, which is a very safe play, as he does go switch him out to the Swampert. So now we get to start to see what kind of Swampert he is. Is he going to be defensive, or is he going to reveal his Mega? And he does reveal the fact that he's Mega Swampert and goes straight for the Waterfall. But knew he would take the hit, which is why I love Skarmy. So props to Skarmy for using that, and props to Hers for using Mega Swampert. Those are 3 of my favorite Pokemon I love to use. Still goes to the Waterfall, but decided to go for the Whirlwind, which switches out to Conkeldurr. So pretty much Star has full advantage because of Rock, and he can just continue to spam Whirlwind. So decided to hard switch out to Altaria, and he goes for the Fire Punch. So this is interesting. I have not seen Fire Punch from Kevin in a long time. So it was a very great play to him to switch out into the Altaria. He knows this. He switches out into the Weavile as he goes right for the Dragon Dance. I guess he did it just to check to see if he had the Poison Jab, which is actually a risky play right there because he could have went for the Ice Punch. But props to Star for taking the risk. Now the question is, now he's going to reveal the Mega Evolution. He does not go for the Ice Shard, which that actually kind of matters because he could have got some form of damage on him. Now, we're not going to say it's just game yet, but oh, it's oh my god. Oh. That is actually huge. Losing a Mega like that early on. Now he has to go out to Manaphy, which is honestly that's pretty much his last resort. Honestly, could be his last resort. Doesn't really matter. I think we're may see this Mega Altaria sweep right here, folks. I think that's actually going to be game. It depends. It depends on what that bikini has. Are we about to see the fastest sweep in the So he goes out to Conkeldurr, and I pretty much can, yeah, we're going to say GG. Because we're going to see a Mega Altaria sweep. So we actually about to have the first person out of right now the first round in this tournament to get a 6-0. That is complete game. Ooh, he has a chance. Goes to the Pulse Swipe, which doesn't do enough. It does around 24% damage. That is confirmed game. There's nothing he can do. I think he should have went for the Ice Shard to get more damage on him. That's what I would say. And he that is pretty much GG, unless Hoods can join back. Sorry Hoods that it had to happen like that. Hope we see you another time. And the winner of this round goes to Star. Congratulations, Star. And I'm the only person right now, Star is the first one to get a 6-0. So, still got 3 more matches to watch. So the next matchup we're going to be having is... Oh, he came back! Oh god! I looked away for a few seconds, but it doesn't matter, he still lost. Anyways, the next matchup, Garchomp versus Epic. I already have epic message already right here, so they're about to start the match. Oh, he was still watching. Yeah, Epic and Buss's Gone Shop, you guys can start your match now. Just let me know when you guys are about to begin so we can all watch it. But make sure. And oh, I didn't see. So hold on. It's not letting me go into the match. Alright, so here's the next match. So let's see who we got here. We got Gambantula, Escadrille, Competitor, Talonflame, Among Us, and Blastoise. And the other side, Epic is rocking Gallade, Gengar, Slowbro, Hippowdon, Tornadus, and T-Tar. Lot of lower tier mons a little bit. Which this is actually going to be another probably interesting match. It looks like he's running a... Okay. It looks like Garchomp is running more of somewhat a slow Sleeping team, so it kind of good to have the advantage with the Gavantula. As well as Epic, I actually have the feel that the Mega Gallade and the Tornadus is going to be the biggest problem. But let's see. He leads off with Slowbro, which is actually a very interesting start to lead off with against Gavantula, because Gavantula easily can beat this thing. So let's see. We'll see what he can do. It's a very interesting match lead. So what is Gavantula going to do? So the question is, he goes right out with the Thunderbolt, and he goes for the stall. So that's pretty interesting that he stayed in, and I'm actually shocked that he actually took that hit. Maybe maybe Gavantula doesn't have that much special attack, or maybe Slowbro is actually somewhat special defensive bulky he invested in. That's a very interesting lead to lead off with. So my question is, what will Garchomp do? Will Garchomp still feel comfortable attacking? Or will Epic do some crazy things? We don't know. That was actually a really odd lead that he actually did. And he stayed in too. So let's see. They're both thinking on. He does switch out into the Hippowdon. He predicts him and goes for the Giga Drain, or I think he may have just done it just to get more health back. I don't think that was really a prediction. It's kind of interesting that he's not running Sandstream. He goes for the Steel Power and he does go for the Sticky Web. So before he died, he managed to put his Sticky Webs up, which is kind of bad for Epic because I would have to say that it kind of slows down T-Tar and his Gallade. Go hard switch out the Blastoise, which means we're probably going to see Mega Blastoise here. So many mons I have not seen in a while in OU, which I'm happy. Goes out to Dub, Mr. Dub. Does Mega Evolve and goes straight for the Skull. Very interesting move to have Skull on. Gets the crit and the bone, which actually does matter. So the question is, does Epic need this Slowbro, or is he going to let it sack off? He's going to let the Slowbro sack off. Noticing that the fact that he doesn't run Sandstream on the Hippowdon, that means that he's running Sandford, which is that's also interesting. Goes out to Tornadus. Very interesting switching. Straight up goes for the Hurricane, gets the Confusion, and that Confusion matters big time because now it's going to give him some more damage. If he gets another Confusion, it is going to gain. Goes for the Ice Beam, which kind of showing that he's not Life Orb. He hits himself in the Confusion. Probably had the Aqua Jet. That's probably the reason why he went first. And he does switch out into Talonflame, which is a very fantastic switch. Great way to revenge kill. So he does switch out into Drax, the T-Tar, and gets the Sandstream up. As Talonflame goes for the Tailwind, predicting him to switch out. That's a very, very good play right there, because that speeds up a lot of his members team a lot more. Plus Sticky Web. So he does go for the Pursuit, which is another smart play, knowing that he goes to the U-turn, and he does go out to the Escadrille, which is really bad. He does go out to the Hippowdon, and he goes straight for the Iron Head, knowing that he may switch out into the Gengar or the Hippowdon. Goes for the Iron Head again. Pretty much, this Escadrille is running rampant. With Tailwind and Sticky Webs up, it's really going to hurt his team. And I didn't see Mold Breaker on this Escadrille, so are we seeing a, oh, he did go for Mold Breaker, never mind. I thought he didn't go for Mold Breaker. I got a message. I'll look into that battle, Quilla, if I said it correctly. I'll look into that battle and make sure to see what it wins. Those of you, don't try to battle ahead, just wait one at a time. So we all can watch. But thanks for letting me know, though. I'll look at the replay and see who won, and so I can type in the score. Goes go for the Heat Wave, predicting this. Actually, no. Goes for the Heat Wave just for damage, really. Goes for the Brave Bird, which does around 64%, and that is going to be a dead Talonflame. So Tornadus is, like I said, Tornadus is going to be his biggest clutch because it has the Regenerator and it can constantly switch in. Without Rocks, he can't really pressure him well because Sticky Web isn't really stopping him. But we'll see. Garchomp 2 still has a couple ace in the hole. It depends on what he's going to do. Because this Tornadus by itself can be a problem. He does go out to the Escadrille, which is, I actually agree, that's a great switch. Now the question is Tornadus going to feel comfortable staying in? Gets a 5% damage off and goes right for the Iron Head, but in the cost it loses its own Escadrille, which kind of sucks. Because Escadrille could still put in work in a lot of more members of his team, but he does have the Conkeldurr. Only thing ace in the hole I would say is the Gallade. He is going to go out to the Gallade and he does go out to the Conkeldurr. So is this confirmed game? We don't know. I don't know. Is this going to be game? Does Ruby go out to the Mega Lake? Goes for the Sword then, and he's still faster. Even with Sticky Web, that is actually kind of bad because Conkeldurr is gonna goes for the Zang Headbutt. And I don't. If Amogus doesn't outspeed, then we're gonna see a Gallade sweep. Epic pulling this comeback, and that's GG. Yo, what is up, Fire Punch Studio? That is GG. Sorry, Garchomp. Good job, Epic. Hope you see you guys another time. Epic proceed up to round 2 with a 3-0. So, we technically have one more battle because some people actually started up ahead early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Quilla's battle and see who won and type in the score. Oh wait, you guys haven't started yet? Quillas, message me if you have start yet. I'm getting confused. Oh, you guys haven't started yet. Okay. Okay, that was just me being like kind of a little slow on that part. So let's see. Alright, so we got Quills versus I Am Bad Whoop. This is going to be the next matchup. Then after that, we have one more matchup for the round 1, which is going to be the last match. The last match is always the hype match. Like, I feel like the first match is going to be the hardest one to deal with. So after this, we got one more match in the first round, and then we're going to proceed to round 2. Don't start yet, LOL. Wait, don't start yet. Let's go back to the battle versus Quills and I Am Bad Wolf. You both can start. You both can start now. Okay, making sure. So they didn't start. So let's go back to the match. I told them that they can both start now. Let's go back to the match. We have Chansey versus Delayed. He did not Mega Ball, and he straight up Okos him. He straight up Okos him. I know Chansey doesn't have that much good defense, but that was like the first turn, and he didn't even Mega. That was the quickest first turn. The quickest first turn. He goes out into the fortress, kind of a great switch in, but the question is, now my question is this regular Gallade? Oh my, this is regular Gallade. Interesting. He goes right for the drive ball and actually gets a crit, which is really kind of good to get really great damage on Charizard like that. Even though it's like resistant, it's still kind of good to get damage like that on him because it will weaken him out later on. My question is, what will Quirrell do? Quirrell is pretty much back in the corner because he loses pretty much great checks to Zapdos, and he goes after Dragonite, reveals Charizard X and goes right for the Dragon Dance. Now the question is, what will Quirrell do? Because Charizard X is very devastating. Goes right for the Dragon Claw. He gets credit, which actually matters because the multi-scale would actually took in the hit. Question is, what will Quirrell do? Quirrell doesn't really have a lot of safe switches because without the Chansey or the Portrait doesn't really check it really well. He goes out to Alakazam, which, ooh, he may actually be able to shut this Charizard down. Let's see. Goes right for the Dragon Claw, reveals the Sash, and goes straight up for the Psychic, and he lives, and that actually is, oh. If he would have killed, he would have saved himself. Now this Charizard is literally going to go rampant. Quirrell is in a really huge pickle right now. Does go out to the Madness Zone. He does need this Alakazam alive, but I think at this point, I think this Charizard is really gonna do a strange amount of damage. We saw Dragon Dance and Dragon Claw. He does reveal the EQ'd, which means he doesn't have Roost, which is all-out offensive Mega Charizard. And he does go out to the Fortress, so it all comes down to, I think he could have switched out the Fortress. He does go to the Flare Blitz. Hopefully he utilizes his 30. Let's see what he goes for. He does go for the Gyro Ball, which I think that's going to be pretty much almost a cleanup sweep because Bisharp is, oh yeah, Bisharp is definitely going to play cleanup. Definitely going to play cleanup. But it all depends on what he do. So his last option would be the Alakazam. He does go out to the Alakazam. Pretty much I think he's going to go as Death Fodder. But yeah, everyone watch out, I am the Bad Wolf. He has a very, very, very looking hyper-offensive team. It goes for the Sucker Punch, which is going to finish off the Alakazam. It all depends. He could do some damage to his team, but it all depends on what he do. But we're going to say it's GG. He reveals it's Charizard X. Goes right for the Flare Blitz, and that is confirmed game because despite the fact that he did not Dragon Dance, Gengar can easily outspeed and finish him off. So that's GG. Sorry to see Quirrell get out of the tournament in the first round. It's not always good to get eliminated from the first round. First round is considered to be stressful. But good GG to Bad Wolf, GG to Quirrell. That was a really fun battle. Now it's time for the final battle of round 1, for the first block of round 1. Could we get some little hype in the chat? So our last matches we have is Lord Savage versus Burmist 11. These are going to be the last match for the final first round. I will say that will be a 4-0. Hopefully I get these correct. I am Bad. Will proceed. Thank you for joining. I hope most of you guys stick around to the end so we can all pick the next tier that we can all do in the strong pool for the next tournament. The next final round for the first block will be Lord Savage versus Bremis 11. This is going to be the last round for round 1. So let me know, Lord Savage and Bremis, if I said it correctly, if you guys are ready. I want to see if they're not in the battle yet. Lord Savage, are you still? I know Lord Savage is still here, but I wonder if Bremis 11 is still here. Checking the Twitch stream. Check the Showdown. Oh, Bremis did message me. Yeah, they're ready. They're ready. Alright, don't guys start yet. Let's see. Alright, this is the final round for round 1. And looking on the look of it, you guys can now start. We have pretty much a very heavy standard OU. Looks like a really going to be a heavy OU battle. He has the Bocarona, which I like. The Celebi, the Heatran, double Garchomps. It's going to be a... Right, you guys can proceed with the round. You guys can start. And so, I gotta type it in early. That's the thing. I gotta type it in early because I figure out the reason why a lot of people don't see. I don't see the message because I feel like I'm maybe 2 minutes or 5 minutes delay when I actually say it. But anyways, we're gonna start the match. So we got Skarmy versus Keldeo, which is another interesting lead. I think he lead with the Keldeo just because he knew he was gonna lead it with Skarmy. Or the Garchomp, because Keldeo really hurts his team very well. He stays in and goes for the Skull, does not get the bone, but he goes straight up for the Brave Bird. It doesn't reveal this Keldeo doesn't have Life Orb, so could this possibly be a Scarf or could this be Specs? I feel like it could be Scarf, judging on that damage. Or maybe I'm incorrect, we don't know. He's gonna let the Skarmy die. Down Skarmy, he still has a chance to have a set of rocks. Goes up to Celebi, which is a great with Vent switching. Does go out into the Bocarona and goes for the nasty plot, which but they both actually speed tied by the list of it, depends. But he switched out into Heatran, goes for the Quiver Dance. Heatran versus Bocarona is a very great switch in because Heatran can actually beat Bocarona depending on what moveset Bocarona has. Unless he has the HP ground, I would have to say that's the only way Bocarona will win. But yeah, he's definitely going to switch out. Goes to the Tatsu, which we know he's going to definitely switch out. Garchomp can easily just do whatever he wants. He can set up rocks, he can scale him. But he hasn't revealed his defensive mod yet. He decided to go for the Protect with Scout and goes straight for the EQ, trying to finish him off. Which is pretty interesting. He hard switches out the Celebi, and he does go for the Sword Bands, predicting the switch. Which is a very, very good play by Lord Savage. Predicting the switch into whatever mod he switched into. Celebi may be able to take the hit, but Garchomp, it just revealed that this is not defensive Chomp, this is offensive Chomp. As, let me go back to the chat. It does go for the Dragon Claw, that does 54% damage. Giga Drain does around 30. Celebi can pretty much toss his stall. Garchomp has one more turn to make a move, but Bremis could play it safe because Garchomp, he decided to set up rocks, revealing that he has rocks on the Sword Dance set. Very good play on Lord Savage, setting up the rocks so he can weaken his team. Very nice. So they're both at 50-50. He goes right out into Bishop, which Bishop is going to force the Celebi to switch out. But the question is, what can Bremis do? Bremis does have a couple of one's good switching I can say, but I'm not going to say. But I would have to say Bishop really goes through his team properly if he gets rid of the certain mon. But it all depends on what Bremis plays. The question is, what would Lord Savage do? Will he just go for the safe play, or will he go take a risk? Because we have saw Nasty Plot, Giga Drain, and Recover, so we pretty much know what the Celebi said. Decided to go for the Pursuit, revealing that he has Pursuit on this thing, which is good. Getting more damage on the Celebi. But yeah. But anyways, as I'm saying, while they're making up the tournament will also be posted on YouTube. This whole tournament will be posted on YouTube sometime later on today, or maybe like tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll post it on YouTube so people can watch it again. He goes to the EQ, predict, trying to finish him off, which was a good switch in. That was a very good switch in. Bait him out to go for the EQ and switching out into the Lottie. Lottie can easily do whatever he wants at this point because Latios is very strong. It's kind of like he has the same speed pretty much like Gengar, except he's Dragon and Snaking. Like, Latios is very, very solid. He goes for the double switch out the Dancy, and he predicts, but sadly, I think he pretty much over-predicted because I don't think he was expecting him to go out into Heatran. But who knows, maybe Dancy has some tricks up his sleeve. Dancy is still a reasonably can scale Heatran out. It depends, but that means we have to see the Mega Dancy come out, so Bimish had to be very, very cautious of Mega Dancy because Mega Dancy is very, very powerful. Losing its defense and getting more power and attack makes this thing strong, and it outspeeds a lot of good sweepers in OU. And especially with his hidden ability, no, not his hidden ability, his actual Mega Evolve ability, Magic Bounce. I think you should live stream, dude. Don't be scared of the live stream. Goes out for the Lava Plume, which is interesting that he did not Mega Evolve. So he went for the Lava Plume, took out his Bishop, which actually is huge. The Bishop actually was the biggest threat to Bimish's entire team, really. He does go out for the Mega Banty and goes for the Rock Polish, a very risky move, and he does go for the Toxic, which I guess he didn't think he was Mega Banty because he didn't Mega Evolve, but that was also a huge risk because he could have went for the Flash Cannon. Goes for the Earth Power, and we may see a Mega Dancy sweep. We may actually see this Mega Dancy actually sweep his remaining member of the team because of the Rock Polish. Does go for the Moonblast, which does finish off the Celebi. Now the question is, what can he really do? I think that's really much GG, like Epic said. Because at this point, I don't see his... I think without Skarmory, like Skarmory can't really check it. I know it's not a good idea to use Skarmory as a check because it could run HP Fire stuff, but it's still a check. Does go for the Diamond Storm, which is going to put him at 6 HP. Hyper Votes Okos the Mega Dancy, which actually matters because Grimace can actually turn this game around. So can Grimace 11 for the last round, for the final round. Like I always say, the last round of the first round is always the hypest round because you actually start seeing the best players. And a lot of people in this tournament are really good players. Goes for the side shot. But the question is, what will Grimace do? Because the Lottie is pretty definitely strong. It does go out to the Revive as I figured. Now the question, now there is a chance that he could come back. But I feel like Lord Savage has a full advantage because of the Keldeo. He does gonna let the Latios die. It all really depends on... I think Keldeo can pretty much clean up. He has to kill... The only way for Grimace to win if Keldeo dies. He goes out to the Volcarona, which is honestly really risky. Let's go knock off. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for the Quiver Dance, and I think that was not a good idea because Reebok can finish him off. I think he should have finished him off that turn. Ice does in fact finish him off, which this is not good because Garchomp, so he has to do... He's at 20 HP, so it all depends on what kind of set this character is. Weavile can easily come back. It all depends on what moveset. Weavile can actually make heal. I honestly feel like Brimage actually won. Because judging on the HP, I think any damage, unless Keldeo lives, then it's GG. Does go for the Skull. He does outspeed revealing that he is Skull Keldeo, like I said, and that's gonna be game. Actually, may not, because Skull may not kill Garchomp. Garchomp may win this. Does go for the Skull, it does over 37, and Brimage pretty much won the game. GG. Sorry, Lord Savage, that you had to leave. Hope we see you another time. Good game for the both of you. That is the end. Literally, I would agree. This is the best game so far. A lot of back and forth. Very interesting teams. And I hope I see you guys the next tournament that I do. That was pretty hype. That was hype. So, that is the end of the first round. With end up losing, Brimage 11 end up proceeding with the 1-0. So, let's begin, shall we? So, we are in the second round, which means we have 4 battles before semifinals. The next battle we're going to be watching is Scrappy vs. Furuwu Nico. Let's see if they're in the chat, actually. Let me know if you're ready, Scrappy Power. Okay, they both let me know, so thank you guys. Thank you guys both for letting me know. So, alright, the next round for the first round of round 2, in the round 2 block, we have Furuwu versus Scrappy Power. So it looks like I don't think I actually got a chance to watch Furuwu battle, so I'm probably gonna have to look back. So it looks like a lot of interesting lead. He goes out to Rotom Wash versus Tornadus. Actually a very solid, good lead. Because Rotom can honestly do whatever he wants at this point. Tornadus has to be very careful of the Rotom, because Rotom can actually be a problem. So that's a very solid lead, Scrappy. Scrappy did a very good choice of leading off with Rotom. Fuka may have some trouble, but we'll see what Fuka do. Fuka does have a lot of good ways to deal with the Rotom, and some ways to deal with his team, so it will be a good match. Does hard switch immediately out into the Dragonite, but he does go for the Will-O-Wisp because he knew he was gonna switch. Kind of interesting that he did switch out into Dragonite. I was expecting like maybe Venusaur or Clefable, but we'll see. I don't know if that was like misplay, but he does go for the Dragon Dance. Does go for the Thunderbolt, which is going to continue to cripple it. I don't think Dragonite is really going to do any significant damage because he's burned, which sucks. Does go for the Dragon Claw, which does around 36%. And Dragonite falls to the Rotom. Does go out to the Mega Venusaur, which is a very great way for a revenge kill. Mega Venusaur is pretty bulky. But my question is he really going to switch? He is going to switch out the Talonflame. Does go for the Giga Drain, so he just went for the safe play, which is fine. Nothing wrong going for the Giga Drain. But with Talonflame out, this Talonflame could do some damage. He does go for the Brave Bird, which is a very odd switch that he switches out into Tornadus. I think he could have switched out to Landorus, really. Which does an insane amount of damage. Lord Savage, the next time I'm going to be... I may host a tournament either next week or 2 weeks after. Because I will be pretty busy doing like studying and stuff. But who knows? Maybe I'll do one next Saturday. As we were going back, we saw that he switched out into the land of I can't get his speed. He does switch out to land of his, go for the Intimidate and goes for the knockoff. He actually goes for the Protect, which is very interesting, and he does go for the Roost. Really kind of, I will kind of say that's kind of super risky because he could have killed him, but in the cause he does lose his rifle, which kind of doesn't make Talonflame that much harder of a hitter. Bravefoot is going to do around 20% damage as he does continue to go for the knockoff, which took down a very threatening mon to his team, honestly. I feel like Talonflame was a big problem to his team. So he does go after the Gliscor. Gliscor can really be a big nuisance to his team, depending. But it all depends on what Boo can do. But there's multiple sets to this Gliscor. I have seen some people trying to run facade Gliscors. I don't know if that's a gimmicking or if that's starting to become a thing, but I have seen people run that. Toxic Gliscor is a thing. Sub Protect, Sword Dance. Gliscor is a really good mod. He does go after the Keldeo as he does go for the Protect, going for the Toxic boost. Good switch, good read on his part. Because Keldeo can easily just do whatever he wants. He could easily just Skull Burn. He does go out to the bottom at the safe play, and he does go for the Icy Wind, which I feel like the Icy Wind. Actually, no, Icy Wind could help. Goes out to Mega Venusaur. He does go for the Will-O-Wisp, which burns the Venusaur, which means Venusaur is going to be taking damage over time, which is kind of an advantage of Scrafty because Scrafty can pretty much whittle this Venusaur down. Mega Venusaur is really the only biggest kind of a complication you could run into. He does have the Metagross and the Excadrill and the Dragonite, but Mega Venusaur can still be a problem still. Does go for the Giga Drain, which is really... See, and he does go for the Pain Split, which is a very smart play from Scrafty. He knew he was going to live the hit. So the question is, what will Scrafty power do? He does hard switch out into Metagross. Does go for Giga Drain. Gets around maybe 10%. Does switch out into the Keldeo as he does go. He's probably going to go for the Zang Headbutt. I think that was a very bad switch in. I think he could have switched out the Landorus. Because the Keldeo can really do some damage to his team. And I think Keldeo was probably the potential, so who knows? He may still come back. We can't judge just yet. Goes for the knockoff, predicting the switch. The Toxic doesn't really matter at this point because the Toxic Gliscor is already poisoned. He's not going to take any. It doesn't matter if losing his item. He does go for the Toxic, and he does switch out the Clefable, which reveals that he does have the Magic Guard. And Voodoo pretty much has nothing to counter Gliscor. Gliscor is really problematic. Can be a problem if you don't have proper like counters for it. Oh yeah, he was running. Oh, he was running HP Ice Torn. That actually does matter. Losing Tornadus does matter. Metagross can pretty much sweep because if Landorus comes in, it's gonna take a insane amount of damage. Even if he does kill the Metagross, he still has to deal with the Dragonite and the Gliscor. Which Gliscor and Rotom, he always switches out to the Rotom, goes for the U-turn, gets a crit, does extra more damage on the Rotom. Tournament has been going a lot back and forth. Does go out into the Venusaur. I have to stop because I have to look at the chat real quick. Does go out into the Venusaur. Probably going to go right for the Giga Drain, which does a good amount of damage, but I'm pretty sure Gliscor can just pretty much destroy them. He only revealed is the Giga Drain, so we don't know what else this Venusaur could have had. He does go for the Protect. does go for the synthesis, was a very, very smart play because he could give him a chance to do some more damage to his team. Does go for the EQ, which does not that much, kind of showing that how bulky Venusaur is. Venusaur is pretty much tearing apart the light score, so he still has to struggle against the Metagross, but I feel like if he gets rid of both Metagross and Dragonite, I feel like Venusaur can come back, make a comeback. But Metagross is just Metagross is he's pressuring him really good well with Metagross. Goes to the Zang Headbutt because he knows regardless it's not going to really do anything. Landorus is pretty much taking, he needs to figure out the way how he can deal with the Gliscor and the Metagross. Because Landorus won't last that long, but it may be games quite soon. Goes out to the Rotom and he goes go for the knockoff. Which we can see the Rotom dying, so he does reveal that he is the Scarf set. Sometimes people don't want Scarf, which he does hard switch out into his Metagross because he knows that he's Scarf, he knows he can't do anything. It's pretty much game at this point because Metagross can pretty much clean up. So we're going to see Scrap Power pretty much win the game with the Metagross sweep. So, GG to both players. Thank you for guys for making it this far. I hope I see you guys in another time. And please people don't leave the stream just because you guys leave around. Please stick around and watch because we need people to vote for the next tier we're going to do. Because at the end we will post a strong poll and people will make a vote and we will announce what tier we do for the next tie's tournament. So, the next round of the second round quarter, since Voodoo got 0 and Scrappy got a 4-0, Scrappy proceeds, Submit scored. The next round we got is Dougie T 101 versus Starcross. This song though, love this song. I wonder how many of you guys play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and remember this theme song back in the day. This used to be the hypest song I played. Alright, so, Dougie T or Star. Message me guys, let me know if you guys are ready. Check the Twitch. Star has messaged me saying that they're ready. Nice, bro. Alright, so now we have Star. The last time we saw Star pretty much demolished the first player with the Mega Altaria. So this time we got a more different team. So the Mega Altaria is the big we all know the Mega Altaria is the big threat from the last battle. He leads off with the Rotom as a great lead matchup against the Milotic. So let's see what Dougie T is going to do against Star's Mega, because we haven't really seen his team a lot. He goes to the Volt Switch, which is actually kind of a smart play because Milotic does have the multi-skill. No, not the most. Yeah, the Marvel skill, which will make his defenses a lot harder to take down. So judging on that, it took the Volt Switch very pretty well, which means Thunderbolt, if he had Thunderbolt, it would be a 2-hit KO. So good luck to the both of you. It's going to be a really interesting battle. I can't wait to see how finals going to turn out. So, it looks like Dougie T is trying to really think what switching he needs to go into, because the Milotic can pretty much do a lot of things. It can poison, it can scald, it can Dragon Tail, it can do a lot of interesting moves. So he does go for the Scald. I feel like the Clefable was actually a smart switching, because even if he got burned, he probably had Magic Guard, which is good because he won't have to worry about poison damage. So he does go for the Scald continuously again, and he goes for the T-Wave. Now, T-Wave may be a bad idea, but it's actually good for him because it slows down the Milotic. So the Milotic is actually somewhat crippled, but it's somewhat stronger. It does go for the Calm Mind, it does go for the Miracle, which is actually very bad because this Fable can actually start doing some work. So what will Star do? Star can't Dragon Tail out, he does have it, so he has to come up with a solution not to take him down. Otherwise, this Fable can really do some damage. He does block the Scarlet, which is a very smart switch in because he can War Wet about. Very smart play, but that doesn't mean the Fable is not going to take the opportunity to damage him. So this is actually bad for Star at this point because Scar is guaranteed he's going to take some damage. And the Fable is actually going to be a nuisance later on, so he has to come up with a plan how he's going to defeat this thing. Otherwise, it's really going to run rapid. But he hard switches! He actually hard switches! I'm surprised because I thought he was going to take the opportunity to either paralyze or damage him. He goes for the Stealth Blast, goes for the Drain Punch, which does around 28%, is Life Force gone. So this is I'm actually surprised. I thought that the Fable was just gonna damage this Skarmory. I'm actually shocked. I thought he was gonna damage him, but Skarmory could be a problem. He does continue to go for the Drain Punch, and he Whirlwinds him out again, out into the Fable, which is we're hoping that Star can pull off that Mega Altaria sweep. I can see it in the chat right now. That Mega Altaria has to sweep again. We have to see that sweep. The only problem that Mega Altaria has to worry about is the Scissor. If he gets to the Scissor, Mega Altaria is going to be demolished soon, as you saw previous round. To start, it's still 50-50. It's still pretty hype. I'm actually seeing a lot of good plays. And a lot of, like, I'm surprised he did this. So, let's... Goes for the soft one and goes for the loose, so okay, they both heal. Sorry I didn't say nothing. I'm just trying to like think of what to say. Like this is actually intense. They both at 4 HP. He got rocks up, so he goes to the Calm Mind. So that means, does he not have the Flamethrower for Fable? Does he not have the Flamethrower for Fable? That's actually kind of crucial if he doesn't, because it won't easily take down. That means his Fable won't be able to take out Skarmory really well. Or he could run the Store Power. Who knows? We don't know. Goes out into the Mega Altaria, but he goes for the Dragon Claw because he knew the switch. That is huge. Taking out the Mega Altaria is a crucial member for Star, because as you saw from last round, Mega Altaria put in that 6-0 work. That is huge, taking out that Mega. That is critical that he lost Mega Altaria. So, good play, Dougie. That was a very great play. Very good play. Does go for the knockoff, which he predicted the switch. He knew he was going to switch out. He doesn't switch out. He doesn't have to go to the top 9. He does switch out into the Shenandoah, goes to the Drain Punch, which is huge. Now the question is, what would Shenandoah do? I'm actually interested, because I would thought that Compiler would go for the knockoff, but we'll see. Very smart switching to Shenandoah so you can avoid the Drain Punch. He's trying to save his best, to save the Mega, well, pretty much not the Mega, to save his best with the Mana Plunge. He does go out into the Rotom, and he does go for the Flamethrower, which does a really good chunk of damage, revealing that Compiler does not have the knockoff. Does go out to the Milotic, and he does go for the Hyper Pump, which he missed. Now, the Milotic does have the Miracle, which means he has to be extremely careful about his switches. Pretty much Dougie T has a huge advantage But that doesn't mean Star can pull a chance to get rid of one of his members. He needs to try to get rid of one of his mobs so he can start working for his team. But we'll see. If he miracles, he can actually do some damage on one of his mons. So So Dougie has to be extremely careful. Because Miracle is a huge problem that Melodic. Does go out to Conkelder. As he does go for the Miracle, it takes him out to 8 HP. So very interesting that Conkelder lived. So my question is, what will Dougie T do? Is he going to go straight up with a Drain Punch, or are we going to see some next level play? We'll see. Pretty high, like. So it all depends on what Star can do. Star has a lot of looking at Star's side, Star has a lot of great switches. He has a bunch of switches, but when he's going to switch in, that's my question. He has a lot of great switches. I think this is the Conkelder that has Fire Punch too, which means he's Iron Fisted, which I'm surprised I haven't seen a Gust Conkelder. Does go for the Drain Punch, he does stay in, which I'm surprised, and he does go for the Stall, which does not finish him off. Very, extremely risky, and I think that's going to cost my loading. That is really going to cost my loading. I feel like he should have switched out. Yeah, he should have. I was thinking going out to Gyarados with a smart plan. He actually could damage his team. He actually could start damaging his team because. But yet again, we haven't seen all the other ones. He does go out to run with a smart switching. He does drag it in. Now the question is, what will Star do? Will he use this opportunity to try to finish off the Rotom, or will he make the same play and switch? Star is pretty much backing into a corner, and Gyarados actually is pretty much plus Mon. Other than the Chandelure in the Mana Swarm. Because Skarmy is pretty damaged a little bit. I believe so it is. Let me check again. Oh, I can't see the damage. Oh, I think he's full heal. He does go for Crunch, which gets a crit, and that actually matters. That did not kill. A critical hit did 43%. This means that this is physical defensive Rotom. It took a Crunch very well. Or Crunch didn't do much damage to begin with. I was expecting to do more like 50, but I was surprised it did 40% max at crit. Or maybe it was a low, who knows? That actually was crucial to know that Rotom took it. So it all depends on what can, he goes out to Melodic, which is honestly, it's actually good because he can recover. Goes for the Moonblast, which he underestimated the power of Market Skill, Melodic. It boosts the defensive. So Melodic is already special defensive. He does go for the Combine, he does go for Stall, which doesn't really matter because it's not going to make it lose any health with the Magic Guard. So it's pretty. He's in a pickle right now. Star has to come up with a solution to how to kill the Conkelder, because his Conkelder is weakened too. So I think Conkelder may die upon Stealth Watch switching. So, just in case, I'll make it to the Conkelder as just, it's dead. But right now, the skill is still 6-4. Star has the chance to do some damage. He does go for the... he does go for the Moonblast, and Star still goes for the Skull. He does go for the Calm Mind, which is bad. Because this Conkelder is easy to set up unless Star has some plan up his sleeve. If Star gets rid of the Conkelder, he can actually start walking somewhere through his team. And he does go for the Mirror Code. He's now gonna know will not go. 9%. But it doesn't matter, he's gonna heal, so he has to do something. He has to do something now. Dougie Tree may get a 6-0. We may see a second 6-0. Does go for the Carver, so that was a very, very smart play on Star. To go fully heal because he may die for another Moonblast. Smart play on Star. It all depends on what Star can do. If Star can get rid of the Confable right now, he can actually have a chance to come back. It just he has to play the Miracle correctly. It's gonna be hard because Dougie knows what he's gonna try to do. So Dougie is if the Squammy is full power, he can roll with him out, but it doesn't matter. He has to get rid of that Confable. He has to get rid of that Confable somehow. Otherwise, it will go through his team. This is actually the longest battle. He hates this. Goes to the Moonblast. Lowers the special attack. Gets it. Oh no, he reveals he's competitive. Bruh, I thought he was Marble scale. He was competitive. Now that's amazing. That right there was, now that's amazing. That right there was amazing. I thought he was Marvel and he got rid of the Confable. So Star may actually turn this game around. Getting rid of the Confable is crucial. Especially since this Mythologic is competitive boost. I was not expecting competitive boost in the single battle. I was expecting Marvel scale. That was very, that actually mattered. Losing that Confable, and he does go out into the Garchomp. Which Garchomp is not going to be able to have no fear since he's not Marvel scale. He does stay in and goes to the Ice Beam, gets the critical hit. He took down so many good mons. That was amazing. Star is actually started tearing apart his team. He actually could come back. He goes out into the Chandelure, knowing that he's going to go for the Bullet Punch. Good play on Star. So the question is, what will Star do now? Because the Scizor, he could play around with the Scizor, and judging on the look of it, it could be Specs or Scarf, so we don't know. Milotic is a good mon. Like, I'm green. Milotic is a great mon. It can run pretty much any of his ability is useful. Competitive is great for BDC. Can someone work out in singles? Mobster is great. He goes for the Shadow Ball, predicting the Roller Switch in. That is crucial to getting rid of the Talonflame early on. If his Rotom dies, oh, it's GG. Because he can switch out his Chandelure next turn and finish off the Scizor. Star just pretty much turned this game around just because he took down the Confable. This game has been turned around. Star is coming back with a comeback with the 4-0. Goes out into the Scizor. It's pretty much GG at this point because it doesn't matter. Scar can just let things die. Scizor's gonna go for the Bug Bite. Predicting the Milotic switch in because you know he's I was surprised he didn't go for the knockoff. Because knockoff would have been... Or, I don't know, not all Scizor runs knockoff. He does go for the Sword Dance, revealing that he is the Sword Dance set. But it doesn't really matter because he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Does go out to the Chandelure, he does go to the Drain Point, and that is game. GG Star. Sorry guys that you didn't get this, that you lost in the second round. I'm glad you made it to pass the first round. It's very hard to get past the first round. I hope we see you in the next tournament. Awesome game, GG. Both players played very good in this match. Very hype matches. It is a lot. I'm so excited for the semifinal. And that's like I like to see. I like to see everyone saying GG and stuff. It's just showing the sign of respect. I like saying GG to people. Even if it's like a battle, I still just want to show my respect to people. I'm just glad I'm seeing a lot of good, like, friendly people in here. So good job, both players. Sorry, Dougie didn't make far. Star progressed the round with the 4-0. So GG. Very good battles. Next up, we got So now let's just change the let's fix the scoreboard. So next up, the next match for the third round, which actually was the longest match of the whole tournament. So the next round, when I actually put the scoreboard in, start progress the round. The next round we have is Amazing Mouse versus Epic. Second to almost last match of the second quarter. So, can you both match Epic or Awesome? Let me check. Yeah, both Epic and Awesome Mouse. Can you both message me when you guys are ready? Alright, both Epic and them are ready. Oh, he's not online. Is Amazing Mouse, is Amazing Mouse in the, yeah, Amazing Mouse is, I'll give it a couple of well, I don't know. If he's not here still, then I got an idea. We'll just start the next match. If he's not here still, then Epic, you get to progress to the next round. So we're just gonna start the second match. If he's not back, oh, he is here. He is here. He is here. Yeah, just send. Let me check. Hold on. Let me message Epic. He's here, but. The stream. Yeah, he's on the stream. Hopefully, Mouse come back online. Yeah, Mouse, come back online so you can battle Epic. And I'm gonna keep on saying it. Just because you guys lose, don't just leave the Twitch, because we still gotta pick for the next tournament for probably either next week or the week after. He's here. You just gotta find him on the street. You just gotta find him. Oh, he's online. He's online. Let me type in Epic's name in the Twitch chat. He said he can't find. Yeah, because he couldn't find you online. That's why. Epic, try again. Be on the tournament chat too. I'll type in Epic's name just in case. Yeah. See that sorted out. It's being delayed, looks like. Let me check on my stream. See, hopefully they found each other. While they're looking for each other, Blamish and Iron Bad Wolf, say, are you guys still here in the stream? That's what I want to make sure before we move on too. I want to make sure everyone's still here. Guys, you. Awesome Panda Films. That's pretty much him. PM RCS Master, your name on let me check on my thing because it's delayed. Okay, you guys are ready. You guys are ready. Okay, I'm making sure. All right, here we go. Here we go. You guys can. So, you saw this team last time. Epic Z actually win a very clutch moment, make delayed. I haven't seen Austin Mouse's team because they both battle ahead, so this is pretty interesting. I know he has the Mega Lopunny. He has the Kingler, and the Pelipper, which this is very interesting to see. Both are very low tier mons, so I want to see how this goes down. You guys can start now. Alright, there we go. So we got Slowbo with Lola the Mega Lopunny, which is pretty interesting that he has Kingler and Pelipper on this team. Pretty awesome. So he does go for the fake out, which I'm surprised he didn't Mega Evolve. Interesting. So he does go for the fake out, just dealing some damage. He does showing that he is leftovers Slowbo, which I'm actually shocked that he did not Mega Evolve. I know he has the Mega, but I didn't think he Mega Evolve. He goes for the T-Wave, which I honestly think that was actually risky still, because if Slowbo would have Scald, it would have damaged the Chandelure, but that kind of is crucial that Chandelure is paralyzed. He does go out, and he switches out, which I'm surprised. Goes for the trick! Gives him the Choice Scarf, and they both exchange the Choice Scarf, which means Drax, we are going to see Choice Scarf pursuit from this T-Tard. There is no way he's not going to have pursuit on this thing, which means Chandelure is pretty much dead if he doesn't. If he doesn't, that is actually kind of bad, because Chandelure can still trick one of his mons. That is crucial that he is paralyzed, and they're both scarred. The Pelipper and the Kingler, I'm actually very interested. I want to see how those two work. I'm very interested. He does reveal the pursuit. Doesn't really matter. Chandelure is done because you saw the choice go off the T-Tard. T-Tard, he does go out into the shield for. I think this is Sandstream. Oh, I'm thinking of someone else. He does go out to Mr. Dope, and he goes for the Stealth Blast, smart play, so he can start crippling his Tornadus. Tornadus is going to be another nuisance to deal with. I think he needs to get this Mega with his Mega Lopunny as quick as possible, so he can actually have a way to deal with them. Because Gallade is going to be the biggest problem. Gallade, as we saw last time from Epic, is not. That's fine. That's cool, dude. I'm glad you come to this tournament just to learn too. That's actually a good way to learn about the OU meta. Because a lot of people will use like a lot of interesting sets. So he does go through the Skull. And he does go for the knockoff, which he gets with the item. He does go for the Side Shock, which I feel that he should stick with the Scald, because Kingler does have very solid defense. Very solid defense. I just paused real quick, but I thought the music stopped. There we go. So does go for the slack off, which means he does go for the knockoff, which kind of sucks because this Slowbo is going to be a problem too. Like, a lot of Epic's team is just solid. Like, he has 2 solid wall, which is the Hit Powder and the Slowbo. He has very solid offensive, a good Mega, and a very clutch mon like Tornadus. Lopunny is going to Mega Evolve and go right for the Fake Out just to get damage. He has to try to get rid of this thing, otherwise this Slowbo is going to wall his team. But we can actually see the comeback. Mega Lopunny is potentially a problem. He does live, does go for the Slack Off, which I'm pretty sure we're going to see Slowbo actually going to finish off this Lopunny, which kind of sucks because I really want to see the Lopunny proceed. He does go for the Power Punch, which is smart, but the T-Wave is going to cripple him. This Slowbo is becoming this Slowbo, Epic Slowbo, is a huge problem. Like, he's literally like, he can literally just do anything he wants on this Lopunny. Anything that matters. He probably went for the fake out, but it doesn't really matter. Hack's actually costing me again. Kind of sucks because Mouse did proceed to the first round. Mouth is a good player. I didn't get a chance to see his battle. I wish I would have saw his last battle, but I can still see it if I look at the replays. It sucks. That actually sucks. He goes for the sword dance. He goes for the slack off. He has to. Wavewood does around 47% damage. It is not. He goes for the skull, which finish him off, and I think that's gonna be game because the slow blow is really gonna be a problem. I really wanted to see the Pelipod. The female Pelipod named John does go for the U-turn, which does nothing even close to amount of damage. Slowpoke can just slack off and spam skull. He does go for the T-Wave, which obviously doesn't really matter because which he does outspeed and does kill the Slowpoke, but it doesn't really matter because he still has to deal with all of his mons. So Pelipod could be a problem. He does go out to the Glade, which means this is his ace in this whole. We saw last game, it didn't matter about Singular, he just went in, goes right for the sword dance. He does go for the EQ, which means he probably has the Drain Punch. Does go for the close combat. He lives, and down goes the Mega Glade. This is 50-50 still. Well, can we see the Pelipod sweep? Please, could we see this Pelipod put in some work? Come on, Pelipod, we all been waiting for this. Let's go, Pelipod! Goes for the Sludge Wave, does around 60%. Pelipod doesn't get the kill, and that's the game. Epic is going to win with the 4-0. I'm sorry, Awesome Mouse. I'm glad you made it this far in the second round. I hope I see you another time in the future tournaments. GG to both of you. That was still a good battle. Awesome. Epic proceed to the next round. So now, like I said, always the last match is always going to be the hypest match of the game. So, the last match of the second round box. We have Blemish 11 versus I Am Bad Wolf. This is the second. Actually, this is the last round to the second round. So good game for both of you. So both of you need to message me to let me know you guys are ready. Blemish already sent me the ready. We're both ready. So let's watch the battle. Oh, they're not even in battle. Let's check the. Let me see if they. Yeah, you guys haven't started battle yet. It's been a good hour. Wow, it actually been. Well, technically, it's been kind of like almost 2 hours. It's been a long tournament. Do you guys start your battle yet? I thought the ready time, but I don't see like the battle you guys are in. I know Brisma is ready. I'm Bad Wolf still here. Let me check the Twitch now. Okay, they're in the battle now. Nice. Right, they're still in. Yeah, they're in the battle. Thanks, Star. Alright, so you guys can now begin. This is the last round, the second round before semifinals. We're getting close to the end. Begin! Let the battle begin. So this is actually going to be a very epic, cool battle because she had I Am Bad Wolf. I don't know if it's a female or a guy, but we all know that he won the Mega Glade and he won Mega Charizard. So this is actually interesting. Zapdos versus Goncha. Now, are we gonna see the HP Ice reveal on the Zapdos? He does reveal the HP Ice, and Garchomp takes it very well. Goes right for the Dragon Tail, and easy gonna switch out to his Bitcharge. That was a very great play. But it does cause a lot of damage on the Garchomp, which actually sucks. But Bitcharge the Reaper is... Okay, you are a female. Just making sure. But that was a great play by I'm That Wolf. She does go for the Sucker Punch trying to finish up the Garchomp. He does make a good switch going down to Heatran. But I feel that this Reaper has more to from the speed. When she does put out the Charizard, he does go for the Lava Plume. Now the question is, what is Charizard? Is she gonna go? She does go for the Mega Evolution. He does go straight up to EQ. She does not go for the Dragon Edge because she does not want to take both power damage. Very good play on Bad Wolf. Does go out into the Gardevoir and trace the Tough Claws. This is actually very, very crucial that he plays this play very well because Mega Charizard X is devastatingly strong with Tough Claws. He does power to switch out into Gengar and Mega Evolve. Goes right for the Hyper Voice, which does around 54% damage. Even though Gengar is with the fairy, he does take a extreme amount of damage. She does go for the Sludge Wave, which is a very nice position on Blemish, which means Blemish can literally do anything he wants. He goes right out with the Zapdos, which is she goes for the Stealth Rise. Blemish in... I can't even speak. So she does go for the Thunderbolt, which again, good play. A lot of fast switchers, this is all point, they know what they're doing. So Garchomp pretty much is gonna die to this best HP Ice. His Zapdos is faster, as you can see. Down goes the Garchomp, 2 miles are all the way down. The Charizard is pretty much... But he does have to go out into the Mega... No, not the Mega, yeah, Mega Gardevoir. Does go for the Toxic as he knows, but he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. I feel like he should have went for the Hyper Voice. I feel like he should have went for the Hyper Voice because that would have been a lot better than the Will-O-Wisp. Like, he has to fill out the Zapdos. Poisoning isn't really a big deal, but like Gallade and Bishop can be a problem. Charizard is going to take some good amount of damage because without Boost, it's not going to live that long. Metagross is regular Metagross. With the Air Balloon, we haven't seen this Metagross used yet, so this is interesting. The question is, what moveset is he going to have? Is he just going to go straight for the Meteor Mash? He does go out the Scar, which is great switching. She does go straight for the Bullet Punch. So now, pretty much, Briscoe has to go to Jam. He does go for the Stealth Block, as he does go for the... It's so much fast plays, I can't even speak. I need to calm down. Okay, so she does go for the Zang Headbutt. Blemish does go for the default, getting rid of all of the hazard. Very smart play, getting rid of all the stealth bots so you can reset again. He does go out into the Apocalypse, go straight for the Brave Bird, which is going to force Charizard to either Dragon Dance or do some damage. She's playing very, very, very offensive with this Charizard. She's not playing game. I'm Bad Wolf is putting up a huge fight, and Blemish is trying to get a comeback, but it's hard. It all depends on the plays. Does go for the flip, but is gonna finish him off. Does not finish off the Charizard slightly, but the rebound is going to come in. So this is hype. Goes for the safe knockoff. Does reveal the Light Orb, which is going to be crucial. Because Reaper can do some damage. Now, if the Weavile has what the move I think he does, he can actually try to come back. Does go for the low kick, as I knew he's going to have the low kick. This actually really is crucial. Getting rid of that good mod is crucial. But, it's still 50-50. And we know how strong this Gallade is. What is Bad Wolf going to do? Does switch out into the Gardevoir, predicting the Drain for... Oh, he has the Drain for... She has the Drain for save for combat. So, it all depends on these switches. Does go for the Hyper Voice, which takes 43% damage off the Metagross. That did insane amount of damage. British, they're both putting up a huge fight. This is the fight for semifinals. And this is, and I'm always gonna say this: last match of the box is always the hypest match because that's where all the greatest plays are gonna come at. They're both trying their best to take the place in semifinals, and these are both really good players, very good players. Does go for the Giga Drain. She does go for the Ice Punch, which does not do the damage that she wants. As Metagross is going to die, which is crucial because it all depends on how she plays this. Because Gengar is still pretty crippled. If she does not go for the smart play, this all comes down to Gallade. Can Gallade get a comeback? Last nail of the coffin. Gallade could get the comeback. She does go for the Shadow Sneak. Does go for the Shadow Sneak. Now the question is this start delayed? If it's not, she can come back. It all depends on what the play is. Ice Skull Crab does 5%. She's not scored! This is gonna be the close game. It all depends. Does Shadow Sneak kill at this range? Who is going to triumph? The Omega versus the Mega. Does Shadow Sneak kill this range? That's our question. Does it kill this range? I think it does kill this range. Shadow Sneak does kill this range, and Bad Wolf proceed to the semifinal. That was the close game. Very close game. GG. These were probably one of my favorite players to watch for this whole entire tournament. Easy. One of the many favorite players of this whole match. GG to both of you guys. So, we all know what this is. Bad Wolf comes back with the comeback with the 1-0. And I hope you guys are hyped in the chat because we actually are now coming to near the end. We are going to semifinals. Semifinals of the tournament. So, let's start off with the first semifinals. The semifinal before the last. We have Scrappy Power versus Star. Two of very strong players. Star put up the amazing comeback of the second round, almost losing and ended up putting a great comeback at the end. Then we have both Bad Wolf and Epic. They both made it. So first battle we're going to be watching for the semifinal is Scrappy Power versus Star. So this is the last, and they both have very solid teams. So now you both can begin. This is going to be the hypest battle because I want to see that Mega Atari put in work again. I want to see a lot of the Mons put in work in the semifinals. So the question is, will Star made it to the finals? Who is going to make it to the final? They have to play at their best. This is the hypest battle. Alright, so he leads off with Scarby and Rotom Watch. Very good lead on Scrappy part. Scrappy has been making very good lead switch-ins for this whole tournament. Very good switch-ins. Make it short. He does go for the Hyper Pump and he does go for the Stealth Rocks. Very interesting that he did not go for the Motion. I guess he's predicting the Mano Swan to come in. The Scrappy these are both really good players. I feel confident, I have my confidence Star, but I feel Scrappy could pull the win. Who knows? These are really great players. A lot of these semifinal players, actually all of them are really good players. So, he goes out to the Milotic, which turned out to be a big clutch in his last round. Milotic does have the Mail Code, so you've seen how much damage a Thunderbolt did, so he does go for the Will-O-Wisp because he knows he's not the multi-scale. We thought that he had multi-skill, but it turns out he has Marvel skill. No, not Marvel skill, he has competitive. I keep on saying the wrong ability. He does go for the flash cannon. Very, very, very good play on his Star's part, because that is going to force him to pain split or just switch out. I don't think a bulk switch. Thunderbolt is not going to kill this range. Because you saw how much damage that first Thunderbolt did. This Milotic is bulky. Very good. But depends on what Scrappy can do. What can Scrappy do? Does go for the pain split. As I figured, he does go for the pain split, which does a sane amount of damage. Ooh. Let's see how long this tournament is going. This tournament is going on for a good while. And it's going super crystal clear. I love this. Does go out into the Squammy. Does go for the Will-O-Wisp again. Very kind of a safe play on Scrappy because he doesn't want to risk missing the Hydro Pump. Does go for the Hydro Pump. He does not go for the Thunderbolt. So this is kind of bad because Star kind of loses a very solid defensive Mon. But he does go out into the Altaria. This is actually the hype that a lot of people want to see. But I feel like he could have switched out to something else, but let's see. He does go for the Dragon Dance. He has the bait on the miss. Does not get the miss. Now the question is, what else does this Altaria have? Because you only saw Dragon Dance in return. He does have the heal bill. I figured he had the heal bill. And he does go for the pain split. This Altaria is literally going to start damaging his team. Does 3%. But it kind of sucks because now he has to... It's going to suck because he has to finish off the Rotom. And then he has to go for the heal bell again. Which means this is going to force Scrappy can easily take advantage of this. So he did get rid of a good Mon. He did get rid of Rotom. That was a great Mon to get rid of. They both lost some one good defensive. But then it's going to make Scrappy comfortable to switch in. Unless he has some move, but he is going to switch out the Chandelure. He does go into Mega Metagross and does go for the Meteor Match. No holding back. He does not care. He went straight up for the Meteor Match, which easily did a sane amount of damage. I feel like Bullet Punch may finish him off, but we don't know. Shadow Ball, he should have switched out though. That is crucial. That was a smart play going for the Shadow Ball. We all know that this is Scarf, so he could save the Chandelure. He could save this Chandelure. And this remix, my favorite remix coming up. I like this remix. I always love the Team Aqua and Team Magma boss theme. So yeah, this is gonna be hype. So right now he decided to switch out into Manaswan. He does go for the stealth buff, revealing that he does carry the rocks. So this is actually very interesting. He switches out. I'm surprised. And he goes for the Ice Shard. That is very, very, extremely risky. Extremely risky. He could have stayed in with Escadrille, but I'm completely shocked he switched out. That was extremely risky on Scrappy part. And that is going to do a lot more damage. Manaswan is going to be a big problem. But he goes for the double switch and switches out into Milotic. Oh yeah, and because the Heal Bell gets rid of Heal Bell got rid of all the bun, Iron Hit is not going to be enough to kill him. I think he should just straight up Earthquake. So now Escadrille is going to have some big problems. He does go for the Rapid Spin, which is smart to play. If he gets the burn, that is going to cost him, and he does get the burn, which costs his Escadrille. Scrappy is pretty much in a pickle now. Scrappy is in a huge pickle. Cover. So yeah, he's gonna recover stall. This means this Escadrille is not doing anything to this whole map. It's gone. This Escadrille is now gone. And that is crucial to lose Escadrille. Because Escadrille was pretty much the solidest Mon that can really destroy Mega Altaria. this is actually very game changing. If he gets a bone, which he goes for the weakness policy, does go for the Dragon Claw, which does OHKO him. Does go for the E-Speed, which does take out, I think we're going to probably see a Dragonite sweep. Well, except for, Chandelure could come back, because E-Speed doesn't affect it, and it's only +1, I think, or no, it's +2. He has to load his attack. I think Dragonite outspeeds. If he doesn't kill this Dragonite, is pretty much game. Does go for the waterfall, reveals the waterfall. And I think that's GG because pretty much Dragonite can just play cleanup on his whole team. Because he has Dragon Dance, E-Speed, Dragon Claw, and Waterfall. He doesn't have EQ. So that's GG. I think Star may actually lose. Well, actually, no. He actually killed Dragonite. It all depends on what he switched out into, because Gyarados is still a big problem, and Talonflame really can't really take him on. Yeah, Talonflame is gonna have a really difficult time taking on Gyarados. Oh, he's not Intimidate, he's Moxie, and that's GG. Darn. Darn, that actually sucks. But GG to both of you guys. You guys played very good for this entire tournament. Hope you see you guys another time in future tournaments. That was literally the most closest game. That was almost a close game. It was pretty close. Alright, so since that, I think that's a 2-0 if I'm correct. Let me check that again. Yeah, that's a 2-0. So we got Epic pretty much won with a 2-0. Wait, no, I'm doing the wrong thing. That's out. I almost did, I'm accidentally wrong score. Hold on, let me fix that. Good thing I didn't post that yet. So far, Scrappy Power proceeds with a 2-0 against Star. Star has made it this far in the tournament. Star will be taking 4th place in the tournament. Still put him in a good feat. Now the question is, who is going to be taking 4th place? So, the next and final round for the semi-finals, we have Epic versus Bad Wolf. This is the last match before the finals, and they're both ready. Let me check the Wi-Fi battle. Okay, I'm in. This is the final battle of the semi-finals. Let's see if this can be the hypest battle of the tournament again. Because always the last match is the hypest battle of the tournament. Like I said, if you guys lose the tournament, don't leave because we still gotta pick for next tournament. So we're getting close to the final. It's been 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. So, the first lead off the match is Slowbo and Gallade. As you saw, Bad Wolf's Gallade is oh, she has the Leaf Blade on this. Which doesn't get burned, which is pretty good that she didn't get burned. It was kind of risky to go for the Leaf Blade. I think the biggest... If she figured out to take down this, Slowking? No, not Slowking, Slowbo, then she'll be easy weight cruise her, his team. Epic Slowbo is literally the most threatening mon in this entire... It's been doing work this entire game. She goes for the Toxic, which was a very smart play. That's gonna pretty much cripple, Tyranitar a lot more. Epic does have really good switch-ins. Oh, he doesn't go for the pursuit this time. Does go for the Stone Edge. We all know that this thing is Scarf. We saw it from last match. So Scarf Tita is gonna finish off the Gallade, which that was her biggest clutch. Gallade was literally her big clutch. Her Gallade was the most hypest mon on her entire team because it kept putting up the biggest comebacks. Does go out with the Gengar. I think this wouldn't be a good idea. Oh, she's revealed she's Scarf. So we got Scarf Gengar here, and we haven't. I don't know if I have saw this Gengar. I probably will see back at the tournament because it's been so long. But that is crucial. And he does go out. She does go out to the Tornadus. A good revenge kill. So it all depends on really what does Epic do. Which goes for the knockoff. Very good played because now the Sandstorm. I don't know if the Hippowdon has the Sandstorm. Which I don't think Hippowdon does have the Sandstream. Does go for the Toxic. Does switch out into the King Boo, which easily is going to take the Toxic. Gengar got proven to be. He does reveal the Sub Gengar. This guy knows what's up. I love running Sub Gengar. That is my favorite Gengar set. This guy knows what's up. He's running Sub Gengar. Very, very good played on Epic. But there is a big problem. Her Gengar will be able, I think, 100% beat this thing. So, and looking at his team, a lot of his members doesn't really appreciate her Gengar. Her Gengar and Bishop can really run rampant. So Epic has to be extremely careful of her Gengar. Which, making sure the music's still playing, does switch out into Tornadus and takes a good damage. He does go out and she loses the balloon, but that does not gonna stop it, and it's gonna not stop this Tornadus from OHKOing the Metagross, which losing Metagross kind of sucks. But here's a clutch moment. If she gets a Dragon Dance, it's going to be a wrap. Everything on Epic's team is going to take 50%. Slowbro has to be very, very extremely careful because Charizard X can literally run rampant. So Epic has to play very. I think Epic may have this in the bag. He's playing very safe. Dragon Claw does one. He didn't go for the T-Wave. Charizard is going to rip through his team. Charizard is literally going to rip through his team. Charizard is hugely devastating if it gets a Dragon Ass up. And it can be a very great wall breaker because it can learn moves like EQ. It can learn. It can be the bulky set, the critical hit, making sure it dies. Does go out into the Hippowdon, which does reveal that it is Sand Force. There's a lot of things that she needs to be very careful because Tornadus is still a problem. Does go for the Dragon Claw, and he does go for the EQ, which is going to kill the Charizard. I think she may have this in the bag because of Bishop. Bishop is literally the only thing that can really can be a problem for him. Because Gengar can just literally spam Shadow Ball. He can spam, she can spam Shadow Ball continuously because a lot of her members is not, pretty much everything is not taking Shadow Ball well. So it's still 50-50. This Gengar is going to be the clutch. Hidden Power, I think that was the bad play. I think that was not really a good play. Because you gotta be very careful. Oh, she goes off Tornado. I think that's why she did that. And it doesn't do enough. Heat Wave does around 45-9%. Ooh. Does go for the knockoff. It all comes down to Bishop pull the comeback. Only thing she has to worry about is the Gallade. Does go for Sucker Punch, which is gonna knock off. This Bishop actually seems to be a scary threat. So here comes Gallade. it all depends on what move she does. She goes for the Sucker Punch, which is not enough to kill this thing. That's GG. It does not do enough to shut down this Glade. That's so it looks like Bad Wolf is taking third place of the tournament. GG to both of you. You guys made it really far. 8 points away from actually Oko-ing this Glade. She actually could have won. So, thank you all. So let me change the score. We all know who is the final battle, who's going to be making it to the finals. I'm Bad Wolf had pretty much took in third place, while Epic got a 2-0 on his last score. So pretty much Epic proceeds to the next round. So, you all know what this means, right? We mean we're at the finals right now. This is probably going to be the hypest match. So we have 2 of the best players of the whole entire tournament. So we got Scrappy versus Epic. And also, make sure you all stay and stick around at the end, because after that we're going to vote for the next tournament for future tournament. So y'all, I'm going to post a strong poll on the Twitch chat. You guys get the vote. I'll see the results, and then the highest result will start the tournament another time. Maybe like 2 weeks or after. So, if you guys are both ready, please message me. It's Epic versus Scrappy. Time for the finals. But don't start the match just yet. Because I want to make sure that if you guys do it for ranking, final round. Alright. Without further ado, guys, you guys can begin the final battle of the tournament. So you guys can both begin. So this is the final round of the tournament. Whoever wins is going to be champion. Champion of the OU tournament, the live stream tournament. So right off the bat, Scrappy's still doing that amazing good lead matchup, while Epic leads off with Tornadoes, which kind of shown what we want to see a lot of switch-ins. He does go for the boat switch, no, not boat switch, U-turn, and switch right out to King Boo, which is a good, kind of a good way to switch in the Gengar, which because it doesn't prevent any of his other members. Because Epic slow blow is pretty devastating. We saw a lot of good plays from Scrappy's Glide Score, a lot of good plays from his Rotom. They both had pretty much equal mods. He does go for the sub, as he does go for the Pain Split, which does fail. So the question is, he does go for the Sludge Wave, which does a good amount of damage. And I'm pretty sure we can say that this Rotom is definitely going to die to Gengar. Rotom pretty much is gonna die at this point. All depends on what Scrappy does. Is he gonna let this Rotom die, or is he going to let his Rotom live? Because he'll pretty much lose like a very solid check to Slowbro. So, let's see if Epic can see that. Because Rotom is actually the only thing I can see that can actually, on his team, that can take on his Slowbro. Epic Slowbro is the only devastating mon on his team that can shut down all of his mons. This music though is going to be hype. So it looks like they're still digging. They're trying to come up with a strategy. They're trying to come up with an idea of what to do. Scrappy's thinking, should he lose his Rotom or should he without him? We don't know. I don't know what Epic's maybe thinking. They both have very good possibilities. Very good possibility to switch in. Very good possibility to make a move. It's 4 turns, so it depends. This turn actually could be the set. what I'm gonna say, the fourth turn can actually decide how the match is gonna go. Because if the roller falls, I don't see really anything that can really shut down Slowbro. But at the same time, he doesn't want to take any other damage on his other mods. Because Epic has such a really good offensive mod. He's running the Sand Force hit Power on, which you never see that nowadays. The Mega Gallade is a big problem. Mega Medicals is devastatingly strong on Scrappy's team. Gliscor can be a big problem. And the Talonflame, of course, well, we all know how Talonflame is. Talonflame is very strong. So it all depends on who can make this play. It's taking a while. Checking. I wonder if they're going to go do something. I don't know. Have they guys made a move? Are these guys there? I think one of them is gonna go do something. Hope he gets back in time. Are they still like thinking? Anyone there? I'm gonna message. Anyone there? Anyone there? Okay, there we go. I was like, what the heck is happening? Let me check. I got a message. Oh, they moved a while ago. Well, I wonder why it just lagged. Why did it just lag? Well, I just missed the whole ton. They've been moved. I don't know, my Showdown lag. But anyway, it looks like the Gengar is down and the Rotom is down. So I missed a lot. I don't know why it just sat there and lag like that. Probably does go for the E-Speed. Does go for the Ice Beam. Which this is actually okay. Like I said, Slowbro literally destroys, literally walks his remaining member of his team. This is pretty much, like I said, it's pretty much GG. This Slowbro is going to be a big, massive problem. He has to pressure this Slowbro a lot. That's all I can say to Scrappy. If you pressure this Slowbro a lot, you actually could win. If you don't, oh. Bloom Pop, if he didn't get burned, he has one more chance. He has to get rid of that Slowbro. Does not enough damage. He does go for Scald. Scrappy, I think Scrappy pretty much still loses because of the T-Tar. The T-Tar is still there. That's game. Oh no. Maybe not. He has to kill the Slowbro. He has to get rid of that T-Tar. Gets rid of the T-Tar and the... Oh, he switches out the Drags. Yeah, very good play on him. But Drax does have the Ice Beam, which is pretty common on T-Tars. Which does OHKO, and I think that's game. That is game. I missed so much. I need to don't know why my own screen does that. That's game. That is actually game. And the freeze, wow. Epic won. Damn. But that's good game for both of you guys. You guys really went all out. Congratulations, Epic, for winning the first live stream I've ever done, tournament I have ever done. Hope I see every last one again. Now, like I said, we're not truly done just yet. We have to still decide on what tournament. Wait, what's going on? We still have to decide on which tournament we want to do. So, congratulations, Epic, for winning the tournament. We still need to decide what to do. So, those of you who are still in the Twitch chat, I will post a strong poll of what tier we should do. So, what I want you guys to do is fill in the strong poll and to see what tier should we do for the next tournaments. In a couple minutes, into like 2 minutes, I will check the results and I will decide whether or not which tournament we will do. So congratulations to Epic. Worthy I would say Scrappy. Congratulations to both Star for getting 4th place, as well as Bad Wolf for making it in 3rd place. And also thank you. I'd like to thank everyone who gave this tournament, who actually were patient enough to wait for this tournament to get organized. The hardest part was getting it all together. Thank you all for staying around and being patient with me. Even when the stream had some problems at the beginning, thank you. Also, some people who did miss some of the part of the tournament, this whole entire tournament will also be posted on YouTube. So check out Grim Reminder 09. I always do like content every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Mostly on Pokemon, other games like Unturned and Terraria. So check that out. The whole tournament is going to be posted on YouTube sometime later than Sunday. So I'm gonna give it 1 more minute to check the strong poll, as I'm gonna announce congratulations. So you get if you're doing it for ranking, you get a rank on the battle tournament mode or the tournament chat mode. Epic. And after I post this, I'm gonna check. So, let's check the straw poll. Let me see if everyone managed to get a chance. Alright, time for the results. In 3rd place, we have NU. 2nd place, for 1 vote, 25%, we have RU. And for the final vote, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to be happy to do, the final vote for the tournament we're going to do for next week or the week after, depending on if I'm not super busy on Saturday. If I get some of my studies done, I'll probably try. The final results for the tournament we're going to do is Monotype. So the next week, possibly, or the week after, we'll be doing a Monotype tournament, live stream tournament. That is what we're going to be doing for next week. So anyways, before I end this off, I'd like to say thank you for everyone for coming to the live stream. It was a very fun commentating over this. It was a lot of cool battles. Even though I'm kind of decent in Pokemon, I learned a lot from you guys, because that's also kind of helped me to learn how to play in tournament as well. It's a fun experience watching other players play Pokemon because you learn from them. But thank you all for coming, to pointing out these really good battles. Thank you everyone for being super friendly in the chat room. Not a lot of people were being salty or nothing or anything. They were actually being real nice and cool. You guys are rock. If you guys want to see more of this kind of live stream, please follow the live stream, because I will try to live stream a lot more, as well as check me out on YouTube, the Grim Reminder 09. I do post a lot of Showdown live. Sometimes I do get a little salty, but it's all, at the end of the day, it's all for fun. Anyways, thank you all for coming. I'm gonna end the stream off. You guys were really awesome, really cool. I hope I see you guys in the next week or the second week after the tournament. And I hope you all enjoy your day.